Dear children, let us see chemical kinetics chapter. We already saw about rate expression. I am just repeating it in a quick revision tone. See, this is the equation AA plus BB giving you CC plus DT. Now for this equation, how can you write the rate expression? You write it as R proportional to A power X into B power Y. Now look at the equation. There is no X and Y anywhere here, right? And there is no small a and small b anywhere here. So try to understand that this X and Y it may or may not be equal to stoichiometric coefficient of the equation. Okay, these are powers which are expressed in this expression, and these powers are experimentally determined data. It has nothing to do with the balanced chemical equation. So stoichiometric coefficient and the power on the concentration term need not be the same. Okay, now if you remove the proportionality sign, you write the equation as R is equal to K into A power X into B power Y. So this is your rate expression. Now the same rate expression you have studied about R. R is nothing but change in concentration upon time taken. So if you consider in general R as a reactant, then minus dR by dt, which is called as rate of the reaction, that is equal to K into A power X into B power Y. Now this expression, this is called as differential rate equation. In the board exam, they ask you to write the differential form of expression. That means you have to write this. Minus dr by dt is equal to K into A power X into B power Y. So this is called as differential form of expression. This is the differential form, right? Okay. Now, in this expression, the sum of the powers is what is called order. This I have already explained to you. The sum of the powers as given in the rate law expression is called as order of the reaction. Now let us see a few orders. Now supposing for this equation R is equal to K into NO to the power 2 into O2. So here it is 2 plus 1, that is equal to 3. Same way in this equation 2N2O5 giving 4NO2 plus O2, the rate law expression or rate expression is written as R is equal to K into N2O5 to the power 1. Now see here, this 1 and here it is 2. So the stoichiometric coefficient need not be the power here. In the first equation it is the same, but in the second equation it is not the same. So here for this equation the order is 1. Right? Now this is an experimentally determined observation. You and me cannot write it from balanced equation. Then in the third equation, 2NO2 plus F2 gives you 2NO2F, and that is R is equal to K into NO2 into F2. Now NO2 is 2 in number here, but here it is only 1 in number, and the order of the equation is 2. Okay, so try to understand that the power on the concentration term need not be equal to stoichiometric coefficient. Now look at this equation. Here you find that NH3 is decomposed in the presence of platinum at a temperature of 1130 Kelvin to give you nitrogen and hydrogen. And for this equation it has been found that R is equal to K into NH3 to the power 0. Here the coefficient is 2, but here the power is 0. Okay, so you say that the order of the reaction is 0. Now what does it represent? Order is 0 का मतलब क्या है? Order 0 means the concentration of the reactant doesn't matter. Anything power 0 is equal to 1, is it not? So R will be equal to K, that is rate of the reaction will be equal to rate constant of the equation. This K is called as rate constant, right? So I have given some more examples. NO2 plus CO gives NO plus CO2, and here K into NO2 to the power 2. Now here it is only 1 in number, here it is 2. And one more thing, CO is not at all there in the rate law expression. Okay, CO is not at all there in the rate law expression. So what you have to understand that it is not necessary whichever reactant is there in the equation, all of them should be there in the rate law expression. It is not necessary. Okay. Then how do we come to know what is a rate law expression? There are methods to find out the rate law expression. Now, basically, only those molecules which take part in the slow step of the chemical reaction will come in the rate law expression. Those molecules which participate in the slow step of the chemical reaction. Slow step of the chemical reaction means that is the rate determining step. So the molecule which is participating in the rate determining step or the slow step of the chemical reaction will alone come in the rate law expression. Now since the power is 2, order is 2. Then in this equation you see chloroform plus Cl2 gives CCl4 plus HCl. Now chloroform, it is 1, the power is 1, and for chlorine here it is 1 and here it is half. So the order is 1 plus half, that is 1.5. So order can be 0 also, it can be fractional also, it can be whole number also, right? Now in this equation R is equal to K into CH3COO C2H5. Now water is not coming in the picture because now this reaction, it is a hydrolysis reaction. Now in this reaction water is used in excess. So anything that is used in excess, the difference in concentration does not matter much during the course of the reaction. So the concentration of water is not counted in such equations, and such equations are called as pseudo first order equations or pseudo first order reactions. Pseudo means false. It appears as if there are two reactants participating in the reaction, but as such it is only one which is actually participating in the rate determining step. So here it is called as, here the order is 1. Okay. Now from all these things what you understand, that the rate law expression cannot be predicted from the balanced chemical equation. So chemical equation, balanced chemical equation cannot predict what is the rate law expression. And what is order of the reaction? Sum of the powers of the concentration terms as given in the rate law expression is called order of the reaction. Sum of the powers, like R is equal to K into A power X into B power 1. So here X plus Y is the order, and order need not be the sum of coefficient of reactants. Please remember this fact. So order or the rate law expression cannot be determined from balanced chemical equation. It can be determined experimentally. It cannot be obtained from balanced chemical equation. It can be obtained experimentally only. Okay. Now how it is done? Now before seeing how it is done, let us see what is the unit of order. Now if I say R is equal to K into A power 0, then since the power is 0, it's a 0 order reaction. So anything power 0 is 1, so R is equal to K. So in such a case, the unit of R will be the unit of K. Now what is the unit of R? R की unit है change in concentration upon time taken. So moles per liter per second. So that is the unit of K. Then for first order, R is equal to K into A power 1. Now so what is K equal to? K is equal to R upon A power 1. R की unit क्या है? Moles per liter per second. A की unit moles per liter. So this will get eliminated, and what is left behind is second inverse. Then for second order, R is equal to K into A power 2. So R upon A power 2. R unit is this, and A square. So you will write the unit twice. So once it is getting eliminated. So what is left behind is mole inverse, liter, second inverse. Same way you can calculate for third order. A square into B power 1. So same way if you substitute, you will get mole power minus 2, liter square, second inverse. This will be the unit of third order reaction. So in any numerical, if you come to know the value of K and its unit from the unit itself you can easily guess what may be the order, right? Okay, now after this you need to understand the next concept, that is molecularity of a reaction. Now what is molecularity? Molecularity is nothing but the number of reacting species taking part in an elementary reaction. That is the number of reacting species which collide simultaneously in order to bring about a chemical reaction. That is called as molecularity. The molecules which collide simultaneously to bring about a chemical reaction. This is what is called as molecularity. Those which are colliding, the number of reacting species which are colliding, that will give you molecularity. Now in this equation, there is only one molecule, so it is considered to be a unimolecular reaction. Now here two molecules are there, so it is a bimolecular reaction. And in this you have 2 plus 1, 3 molecules are there, so it is a termolecular reaction. Now in certain other reactions you may have more than 3 or 4 or 5 or even 8 or 16, like that it may. So in such a case you call them as complex reactions. Molecularity cannot be given for such complex reactions. It is given only for the elementary step of the reaction. And to tell the molecularity of the complete reaction, you just can't add the molecularity of all the elementary steps and then say together. That is also not allowed. You cannot say like that also. So molecularity is only for elementary step of the reaction. Right? Now, what is the difference between order and molecularity? Let us see that. What is order? Order is nothing but sum of the powers of different concentration terms as given in the rate law expression. And what is molecularity? Molecularity is number of atoms or ions or molecules which collide simultaneously to bring about a chemical reaction. This is called molecularity. Then order, it need not be a whole number. It may be fractional also, it may be zero also. But molecularity is always a whole number. Then order, it can be determined only experimentally. You cannot write from the order from the balanced equation. Whereas in the case of molecularity, by adding the number of molecules reacting in the slow step, that can tell you the molecularity of the reaction. That is the elementary step. Slow step can also be considered as elementary step. Then order is applicable to elementary as well as complex reactions. But molecularity is applicable only to elementary reactions, and molecularity of the slowest step is the same as the overall order of the reaction. Whatever is the molecularity of the slowest step will be the order of that reaction. Is that clear? So these are the differences between order and molecularity. The first three, if you understand clearly and write it, because it's a very, very important question. Write the differences between order and molecularity of a chemical reaction. Okay, now these are certain concepts. Reactions of higher order are very rare. You will not find order greater than 3. Order does not exceed 3. Even molecularity also does not exceed 3, because molecularity is the number of molecules which are colliding with each other. Now at one particular point of time, only 3 molecules can collide. You don't have a 4th axis to a point. You have only 3 axes, not x, y, z. So only 3 molecules can simultaneously collide at the same time. So molecularity will also not exceed 3. Then order of a reaction can change with change in temperature, pressure, etc. But molecularity of a reaction is invariable. It does not change. Okay. Now let us see how to determine the rate law expression. The rate law expression can be determined by different methods. One is graphical method, then integrated rate law method, and initial rate method. Now in the case of graphical method, this is possible only for one reactant reactions only. That is, Say for example, if I give you 2N2O5 giving you 4NO2 plus O2. See, the number of molecules of N2O5 may be 2, but the number of reactant, if you consider, it is only 1. N2O5 is a single unit. Okay, so this is only for one reactant reactions only. So for this you can write through graphical method what is a rate law expression. Okay, now say for example, n number of molecules is giving you a product. Now supposing if you consider it as a zero order reaction, then R is equal to K into A power 0. So in such a case, R is equal to K. Okay. Now this R is independent of concentration. Remember, R is independent of concentration. So rate versus concentration of A will be a horizontal line. That is, it will remain parallel to x-axis. Rate is independent of concentration in such a case. R is equal to K हो गया, तो concentration term आ ही नहीं रहा. R is equal to K है, तो K का term concentration term आ ही नहीं रहा इसमें. So if you are going to take concentration of reactant versus rate, it will go parallel to x-axis, showing that it is independent of concentration. Right? Okay. Now if it is first order, then again rate versus A if you take, then it goes like this. The graph is linear, so this shows that rate is proportional to A power 1. If it goes like this, it shows that it is a linear graph, and it shows that as and when the concentration of A increases, rate is also increasing. So it is directly proportional, A to the power 1. Now if I put A to the power 2 here, and then you get the same kind of graph, then you say that R is proportional to A power 2. So you say it is a second order equation. So plot of A power 2 versus rate, it is linear, so the order is 2. So this is how, in the case of this N2O5 giving you NO2 plus O2, when you took N2O5 to the power 1, you got a linear line. This showed that rate is proportional to N2O5 to the power 1. So from this, they came to conclusion that the decomposition of N2O5 is a first order reaction. Right?